Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Right. Let's bring Angela Rye to the bottom with us.
Here we go.
We got some good mess this morning.
Let's start with Young Miami now. Young Miami is giving reason for why Diddy praises her so often. Now, recently, Diddy says she reminds me of Oprah with endless possibilities that she has as far as her clothing line, television shows, performances, live podcasts. I really respect both of their hustles and see them being able to break through. And he was referring that Young Miami reminds him of Oprah. Well, she responded, well, the reason he does all of this is because I F on him so good, that nigga stay giving me my flowers.
Damn.
Oh.
Thoughts?
I did not. That escalated quickly, even on a Friday.
Yeah, so that's why Young Miami says Diddy praises her
but
so
why
often.
can't he just say Miami has potential to be like, a great mogul one day? Because as soon as you say something like Oprah, people automatically dismiss it.
Really?
Absolutely, because that's
Because you feel
Oprah
like
Winfrey.
you can't get to that Oprah level. Most people can't.
And by the way, the reality is you don't know if Young Miami can get to Oprah level because we don't know what the future holds for folks. I think people look at folks now and they're like, oh, I can't see that. But that don't mean that it can't happen. That just means that you can't see it right now. But who knows what Young Miami going to be in 10 years, 15 years.
You know, the only thing I would say to this is I remember seeing the first clip from the Carisha Please, right?
Yes.
And I'm like, she is actually a really, really good interviewer. She has a way of disarming people to get them to tell them all their business, like y'all. Like, she has a way. And so I really think that that's impressive. And because she's so skilled as a hip hop artist as well, he might be onto something. He knows her better than we do.
You never know.
Yeah, and I think with Carisha, I think she's one of them. Like, she's an artist like them, so she knows what makes people comfortable, and she's able to talk from a side of, I'm just like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't compare it to nobody because it's like, people, sometimes people have they'll start looking for an expectation. They'll start looking for Oprah in her, and she's not that. She's Carisha.
Well, in Next Generation, maybe she is.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know what people's arc will turn into, their story arc.
I'm impressed.
She was supposed to guest host with us.
Oh,
She was.
I love
She said
that.
she's gonna come guest host with us. So
She did say that on
hopefully
Instagram.
she'll still come through.
Definitely want to see that.
Now, Boosie, he was at the BET Awards and he was speaking on the importance of the older generation embracing the younger generation. A lot of times, the older artists don't want to F with the younger artists, or the younger artists don't want to F with the older artists. And this is what Boosie said.
When it comes to being independent and new artists coming in the game like you're doing, you handing down the knowledge, how important is that for the big OGs helping out the YGs?
It's important because a lot of youngers looked up to the old ones, and we got to motivate them and give them game. I'm always motivating the youngsters. That's why all the youngsters love me, because I'm motivating them. I want to see them win. I want everybody to win. That's why I always win. I don't have hate in my heart. When you have hate in your heart, you're going to end up falling. So I always want to see everybody win, and that's what I tell the youngsters. I always give them game. Any one of them will tell you. I don't be quiet around them. I give them game.
I totally agree. Drop on the clues bombs for Boosie. That's all I'm here for, to be of service to the next generation. I love being the adult I needed as a child. If I can make someone's path easier, I'm going to do it.
And some of the main artists that I see do it a lot is, of course, Jay-Z does it with a lot of the younger artists. 50 Cent does it with a lot of the younger artists. And I see them two do it a lot. Snoop does it with a lot of the younger artists as well, where they give them that game and they're not charging for it. It's like they want to help.
Angela Rye, you do that for politics.
I like to try. I do my very best. I would just say the part about not having any hate in his heart, I might take issue with.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why you say that?
I mean, he's done some things that have been hurtful to some other communities.
Oh, but that don't mean that I get what you're saying, but that don't mean it's with malicious intent. I think sometimes we might do things and say things and they might hurt people or hurt a community, but that's not our intention.
That's fair. So I just like we were talking about Sexy Red earlier, I just want him to be open to learning, to not being hurtful. But it is good that he's inspiring and being open to teaching young artists.
Birdman does it. I know Fat Joe does it. I'm trying to think of some of the other artists that do it. All right, now also, for all the dogs, Drake's album is out right now. It's finally out. It was released this morning at 6 a.m.
Is our producer Eli doing outfit changes? His Instagram is OVO Eli. He's literally been wearing OVO merchandise all week long. Because of him, I now know that OVO even has underwear. But is he doing outfit changes this morning?
I believe so.
Okay.
I told him to listen to the album and give us a breakdown of what Drake is talking about now. So far on the album, we can see 21 Savage, J. Cole, Yeet, SZA, Party Next Door, Chief Keef, Bad Bunny, Sexy Red, Lil Yachty, and more. So we look forward to listening to that album. He has a song on his album called Virginia Beach I want to hear. And let's get into a
Everybody,
song right
there's
now.
speculation that might be a
diss record to Pusha T. Yeah, that's what I think
doubt
people.
it, though. I think we'd have heard that by now. That'd have been all over the internet by now if it was.
Well, it just came out.
It's been an hour.
That's true, too.
People have rated it a classic, I'm sure. All they need is 30, 50 minutes.
They're probably right.
They just got to get through it one time.
Well, let's get into this joint right now. This is called First Person Shooter. This is Drake featuring J. Cole. And when we come back, we got front page news. Angela Rye's holding that down. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.